Yes, it's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good day.
Hello, friends, and welcome to Tori Talks TV. This is our review of The Marvelous Miss Maisel, Season 2, Episodes 3 and 4. Okay, Dr. S, you ready for this?
I am.
Okay, so let's start with Episode 3. It is titled The Punishment Room.
Dun, dun, dun.
That sounds scary.
It does.
It's not that bad, though. We'll explain.
Yeah.
Okay, so Episode 3 starts out like any normal day in the Weissman household. They're getting ready. It's kind of like a hectic morning routine. They're just getting ready to go. What do I wear? I need this. I need that. And then out of nowhere, a child starts yelling, "Mama!" And you're like, and she goes over and she sees the little boy and she's like, "Did you call me?" "No." Does it again. "Did you call me?" "No." It's the baby.
The baby's talking.
It's baby.
Her first words.
Esther. And then that's all that they talk about. That's the only thing they say. It's mama. And then they let it go. And then that child gets no love.
And they're like going to work.
They don't even care.
Mom's going to first day of class at Columbia.
Yeah.
They like leave without the baby.
They almost forget that there's children that need to be watched.
They forgot for like a second.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then
at least they went back though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's so funny and it's hilarious. And the fast-paced, of the whole show, like Gilmore Girls.
Gilmore Girls, yes.
I really like it.
Yes.
Okay, so Midge is at her job as the operator at the department store, and then she gets called by that very scary supervisor to come up and work the coat room.
The coat room.
Yeah. So she's going to check coats or whatever, right?
Yes.
So then she's like up there doing her job, and then her friend Mary, she's talking to her, and Mary is going to get married.
Mary's getting married.
Right, exactly. So she's like talking about her wedding, and Midge is not satisfied with it.
No.
She's like, "I need to plan your wedding."
Yes.
And who better to plan a wedding than Midge?
She's very good at planning events.
Yeah, right. And she's all about making it the best wedding ever, right? So she meets Mary at the church where she's getting married, and it's not great. It's not the best setup ever. And that's where the punishment room comes in. So
there's a girl who's being
gosh.
punished. She's like facing the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah. And you were like, this is where you're getting married? In this room with like no windows where children in the church get punished.
It's like an institution. No, literally.
It's literally the punishment
That's where the nuns put you.
Yeah.
So it's a punishment room. And
So
she's like, you cannot
Midge
get
is
married
like,
there.
that's not a place to start a marriage.
That's not going to happen.
Because Midge knows all about how to start a marriage.
Oh, she sure does. So she negotiates with the priest.
The
Priest. And
father someone.
he's cool. And she's like, her charming ways, of course. She somehow gets them to move the wedding up to the window room.
Yes.
So it's more bright
At a
and cheery.
decent time, too.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
not so bad.
And then, there were going to be flowers, but, they're like, no, flowers are expensive. And she's like, well, there's got to be a funeral around
Who's
this time.
dying?
Yeah.
A week prior. Let's get his flowers.
And so she does. So
That's actually genius.
I know.
Yeah.
That's really good. So the wedding happens, and it's great, and there's good food, and everything's fine. And then what happens?
Okay, so remember how I said last time that, you wait for that moment, that, money shot? I take it back.
Yeah, no.
If this was not feminist porn. This was
different.
all this build-up when she's gonna get on stage, and then it was just, bad sex just happened.
This was like
I
snuff.
was like, stop talking.
This was yeah. So
Did you say it was like snuff?
Yeah. So she
That's
basically
kind of
was that extreme?
extreme.
Well, just to play off of what you said, that's how I felt. I felt gross about it. So what we're talking about is Mary's thanking Midge for this lovely wedding that she threw, and then she's going up there saying, "Oh well, it was nothing," and then she kind of starts again like this impromptu stand-up comedy routine.
Well, she was like, "You threw it to me," and she was like, "I was just saying thank you," but to Midge's defense, there was an awkward silence.
Yeah.
I was like, awkward silence, and that's why she took the stage chair.
She was just trying to liven the party a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah. So while she's doing this, she's saying some pretty inappropriate things. Maybe just wasn't the right time, not the right setting. And then she accidentally reveals that this was a shotgun wedding.
Yes. Which was kind of hilarious, but very awkward.
That was really funny.
Know. Poor Mary.
I know. Sweet Mary.
Sweet Mary.
Sweet Mary. So anyway, that happened. And the friend's a little mad.
And deservedly so.
Kind of mad, yeah.
Yes.
So the next day at work, Midge tries to go up there and apologize to her, but the one rule about working the coat room...
Don't leave the coat room!
You don't leave the coat room!
So back to the operator's booth she goes.
There you go. So that happened.
Yeah.
So Midge, speaking of like her stand-up comedy career, is actually doing really well. She's killing it, right? Yeah. So she has a few gigs and she's doing great. And then we have to talk about Susie.
Susie,
her
who I
manager.
love.
Yeah.
Susie.
She's so
hilarious.
funny, but she's having a little bit of a rough time.
Yeah.
We still think these Harry Drake goons are trying to find her. And so she has to switch apartments with this Italian family. That was really cute, though, that family. Singing their little Italian song.
They're kind of taking her in as like a member of her family. It's kind of cute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But then we also learned that she's kind of like struggling a little bit financially.
Yeah.
Can't pay her phone bill.
Yes.
Anyway, so out of desperation, because she is struggling financially, she goes to sell some really valuable records at the record store.
Yes.
And then what does she find?
She finds out that people have been selling the album of Midge performing at the Gaslight, Mrs. X, at the Gaslight. And who's been making money for that?
The record store.
These kids.
And she's so funny when she goes to chase them
She's
down.
like, they're like, whoa. It's totally like slapstick. Like,
shame.
run.
Yeah, so...
Yes.
Then that's where we leave that.
Yes.
So, anyway, meanwhile, Rose.
Back at Columbia University.
Oh, this made me laugh harder than anything.
My favorite. Rose.
The funniest moment of this episode.
The whole episode.
Yes. So Rose is, as you may remember, auditing an art class. So this particular art class is where they have to draw a nude man. So I don't know if Rose didn't know or she just wasn't expecting what she saw.
A penis.
Yeah.
In the
in
flesh.
Her face. So she walks in and she sees him and she just about passes out and it's so
I almost
funny.
did too. I was like, what?
Oh, they show everything.
They showed it.
Thank you,
for
Amazon.
a long time.
Thanks, Amazon.
I was
Prime.
like, okay.
Yeah.
All right then.
That was a little
That's
treat.
enough.
Christmas came early.
Thank you.
If you know what I mean.
Thanks. But give
yeah.
the girl some warning.
I mean, I like it. I like the surprise.
Yeah.
But anyway, so she's taken back by it. And then Abe, who teaches in that same university, he's just getting done with his lecture. He comes in to meet her and walks in and sees the naked man. Kind of has a similar reaction. Maybe passes out a little bit. Maybe feels threatened a little.
A little bit.
envy.
Yeah.
I don't know. But anyway, so they're obviously doing well. They're super cute. But she, meaning Rose, is talking to the other ladies about their art career. And, why are you getting your master's degree, by the way? And they're like, oh, well, obviously we're going to teach art. That's what we do. And then she kind of makes a good point. She's like, well, I don't really see any other female art professors here.
Yeah.
And then they start thinking.
They're like, you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what am I doing here?
Actually. And she's like, she recommends that they go into business or transfer over to business. Anyway, the head honcho is not happy about it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the dean. The dean.
Is the dean a head honcho?
He's in charge of something in the university environment.
He's a big deal.
He's like, what is your wife doing, Abe?
Yeah. So he calls Abe in. He's like, get your lady under control. But anyway, he's like, oh no, she's fine. So he calls her in, and then they talk. And I don't know how, but all that fast talking, somehow the dean's like, okay,
fine.
Fine. Maybe just get out. That's fine. Just leave me alone.
Yeah.
Right?
I love how Rose is kind of like an accidental feminist though. She's kind of getting these college girls to question what am I doing here if not to have a career as a teacher? And she's like, but don't you see that there are no women teachers here? So what?
Makes them think.
Yeah. But then also it's kind of a little bit not quite feminist because they're like, well, let's go get a husband in business school then.
Yeah, they still have that 50s mindset.
Yeah.
But what's cool is that Abe is kind of like, you're right, there aren't any female professors. So then maybe he's becoming a little bit of a feminist too.
He kind of takes her side a lot. I love the support that he shows for her.
I'm proud of him.
Yes, good job.
He's come a long way.
Abe.
Yeah, good old
I
Abe.
have hearts for Abe.
Oh.
Yes. Tony Shalhoub.
Oh, he's so brilliant.
He's so good.
He's so good.
More about him.
This is a good role. Yeah, more about him later. So then we have to talk about Joel.
Oh, God.
Not our favorite character of Marvelous Miss Maisel, but, he's part of the story. So anyway, he and his family they go to get a line of credit at this bank. I don't know, he knows somebody. And they get denied, but his mom is kind of funny.
His mom is funny.
She apparently has treasure maps.
The treasure maps are great.
She hid money in random places, not even just her house.
Like Midge's house.
Yeah. So Joel's like, he calls up Midge. He's like, hey, I think my mom hid some money in your closet. She's like, what? How would she have done that? And he's like, yeah, she carries like a razor or something or whatever. So she goes and looks and there's like $2,000
I know what they're doing. They're trying to make me like him. I am on to you, people. I'm
glad you said that.
I'm like, okay, so yeah, she's going to help you find your freaking money. It's not, you're not charming because you know that the money's there. It's fine.
I still don't think he's charming at all.
Yeah, but I see they're trying. They're
he's
trying.
Kind of a dud. I know. You can't blame them for trying.
I know.
I guess. So she finds the $2,000 hidden in her parents' closet. So they have to obviously meet up so Joel can get it. So they meet up at the old factory that he had. And then, his friend who helped him get that loan was kind of bothering him about, like, you live with your parents, man. Like, maybe...
Get it together.
Yeah. Man, so he's in this factory and he's like, I think I just found my new home.
Yes.
So I guess that's
to be continued if you care.
If you care.
If you care.
But good for you, Joel.
I'm sure you'll tell me I should, and we will.
Yeah, whatever. Anyway, so then we go into episode 4.
Oh my gosh, episode 4.
Oh, this is interesting. So this one is titled, We're Going to the Catskills.
Yes.
Why do they call it Catskills? Anybody know?
Oh, tell me.
I don't know.
Oh, you don't know? It's like some
Hey, why don't you comment and let us know why they call it the Catskills? It's a cute name, but I don't understand what cat and skills or cats kills. Oh. You know what I mean? Like if you put it together, what does that mean?
Why'd you have to turn it that way?
Well,
I just thought it was where rich people go to vacation.
Does anybody ever question why it's called the Catskills though? Is it Catskills or Catskills? Exactly. Think about it. Think about it. All right. So anyway, the reason we're talking about this is because the Weissmans go on their yearly family vacation to the Catskills, which totally reminds me of Dirty Dancing.
I thought of that too!
Oh my gosh. When they go off to their bougie little resort.
Where the rich people go to vacation.
Yeah, it's like summer camp for adults, basically. Yes. So they're there and, they've been there like many, many times. They have like kind of like a routine with it. But this time things are a little different because Joel and Midge are like, separated at this point. So I guess she's used to being like the swimsuit competition
bikini champion.
Yeah, like 8 years in a row.
But now they won't even let her compete.
They're not letting her compete.
Because she's divorced.
Yeah, it's like so taboo or something.
Yeah, she didn't do anything wrong.
No, they're asking her to hold the little
sash. Yeah, sash. Lady.
Yeah. So all she does is hold it.
Yeah.
All because she's like kind of divorced.
The guy's grandma used to do that. She's not grandma. She was the hottest one in the Catskills.
She had the best body of anybody.
She would have won again.
I think she had the only 2-piece too. Get it, Rachel Brosnahan. That's pretty. Yep, that's pretty hot.
That's right.
Anyway, so they're at the resort, obviously, and like they run into friends that they haven't seen since the
friends, because they're not friends. They're judgy.
That lady was a snob.
They're judgy.
Yeah, exactly. So she's like, yeah. So this is the friend. She goes over to Midge and she's like, yeah. So turns out that my husband's better friends with Joel than I am with you. So like we're basically taking Joel's side.
So we decided that we're gonna be friends with Joel. Who asked you?
Really,
Who freaking asked you?
Good riddance.
Just let it be. We're not asking you.
No, seriously. But. Okay, we have to give Joel some credit. Are you ready for this?
Don't.
So, no.
But I know.
The time has come.
Okay.
So, Joel kind of like finds out that people are not treating Midge fairly because of her taboo, divorce, whatever. So, he gets up in front of everybody and kind of says like, hey, you guys, everything's fine. Cool it. And stop shaming us. And shaming Midge especially for this, right? So.
And his family, like, they're the only ones that clap.
Oh, I know.
I know, but I kind of like that they clapped for him. But then I was like, damn you, Joel.
Again, they want us to like him.
I get it. And that was a good one, though.
Well, it was
It was like, okay, 1 point for Joel.
Okay. Yeah, but
I'll give you that 1 point for now.
We'll see what the writers do. They're going to trick us into, like, falling in love with him or something. We'll see.
I'll be so mad. But I already know it's going to happen.
Oh, stay tuned.
Well, we'll see.
Yeah. We'll see.
Yeah.
So Joel, not thinking, because again, this is like an every year thing for them. He doesn't get himself a room because he's used to just being with the Weissmans, with Abe and Rose and Midge, right? So he doesn't have a room. Tells her, and he's like, man, I'll just have to wait for one to open up. She's like, just stay with us on our sun porch. Which I'm pretty sure I never knew what a sun porch was until I saw this.
It was quite amazing.
Yeah, I would stay in there. Yeah. I would live there. I'd pay rent.
It's like a room with windows, so you could see the lake and feel
like
the sun.
Oh my gosh, it's beautiful. Like, oh no, you have to stay in the sun porch.
It's like, it's like you're staying in the garage or something.
Jeez Louise. Yeah. So anyway, turns out that Susie, by the way, because I was afraid that this was going to be a whole episode without Susie, which I would have had Susie withdrawals and it wouldn't have been fun for me and I would have fast forwarded.
I was thinking the same thing.
Yeah.
When she was just like, I'm going to the Catskills for 2 months.
Susie did not take that well.
She was like, oh my god, 2 months? Like, who does that?
No, exactly.
Incredibly rich people.
Yeah, exactly. So she
like,
finds a way to sneak into there. She comes with a plumber in hand. And she's
a plunger.
Like, a plunger.
A toilet plunger.
She's a plumber. Yes, exactly. And she's like, I work here now. Like, she just kind of shows up one day. Oh, what was the day that Midge had a cute little bikini on?
Oh,
anyway.
yeah.
And so somebody thinks she's an employee, naturally, and was like, oh, the employees stay over there. So she, like, gets herself a bunk. And she's loving life because, things haven't been great for her.
Who knew that all you had to do to get through is carry a plunger?
That's a life lesson for everybody.
I'm going to try that.
Yeah.
Like, walk through a business establishment with a plunger over your shoulder.
I'm the plumber.
Let's do this.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Okay, so, that's pretty much all we see of her, but at least we got our Susie fix.
But what I like is that we're staying in the Catskills and we're getting gigs.
Yeah.
Because there was no gig.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody got on stage besides Joel.
Oh, that's true.
And while it was a good little moment on stage, I was like, oh, Midge did not get on stage.
I know.
It's okay, though, because this was one of those, like, build-up shows.
Another one of those.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like, build up so that next episode's going to be amazing.
They keep changing the scenery. First, the first 2 episodes, or the first one, they're in Paris.
Yeah.
Now they're in the Catskills.
They gotta change it up a
It's
little
kind of
bit.
fun.
But we have to talk about the little setup date
Okay.
that Midge went on.
Next. Go
yes.
for it.
Well, Mom is like, okay, are you dating? I hear you're dating. Well, I hear about this guy. You should date him. Or at least check him out. So he's like a doctor.
Yeah, and she overhears them talking about him and that he's looking for a girl that's weird.
So Mom's like, oh wait,
I got a girl for you!
You know what?
Yeah. So Rose, her mom's like, okay, we gotta set him up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Midge is like, okay, just to get her off my back, let's just go hang out. So she like goes up to him like, look, we're just gonna hang out so that all these people will get off my back. So like they get in this boat.
Well, that was an interesting little
And she's
date.
like, aren't you gonna row the boat? He's like, I don't row. So they're just like sitting on this boat.
Yeah, they're both
Maybe
maybe too similar.
a little bit too similar.
Maybe.
They're both a little too weird.
Yeah.
So then I think, okay, nothing is gonna happen with this dude.
Right.
But then that very last shot of the show, so Joel's off smoking a cigarette and some dude bums a light off him.
Some dude.
It's this doctor guy, Ben.
Yeah.
Ben. And the last shot of the episode is them looking off into the sunset with their backs in profile. Joel's really small, by the way, next to this guy, right?
I thought it was the only one. I was like, you're a little dude.
You're a little guy with little masculinity, as we know.
Maybe Napoleon syndrome. I don't know.
But why did we end with this shot of these two?
What do you think? What's your hunch?
I think that there's going to be some type of love story with Midge and this Ben guy. And then Joel, I don't know, love triangle. Something's happening, but this is not the end of either one of them.
I was kind of intrigued by this. I really was. And by the way, this man was played by the beautiful Zachary Levi.
He's good looking. I don't know who he is, but
from Chuck.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I wouldn't mind seeing more of him, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, but good looking. And what's with the high-waisted... They like really high-waisted pants, though. It was kind of times. It was very distracting. Yeah, I was like, "You're really cute, but why are your pants so high?"
Makes him look really tall. I mean, he already is tall.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So, you're right. That was a really cool shot with like the fireworks and everything, and then it's just the two of them. And what's gonna happen with them? Yes. I don't know, guys.
I don't know, but
why don't we stay tuned?
There's definitely more to be seen.
Yes, and exactly.
I just want to say one more thing about Susie because I just love how she is like just this character that like gets to walk around making comments about all these crazy rich people. Yeah. It's just so funny. I feel like this is a whole culture. You know how you like to watch shows about worlds that you're not familiar with? I feel like the Catskills is definitely an example of one of those, like when they're singing and dancing and all in synchronicity at the theater. I'm like, who does that? Like, even Abe is like singing this Catskills song. I'm like, I would not think that Abe would be singing that song.
It's a whole culture.
Yeah. And I feel like Susie is there to like point the finger at all this like crazy rich lunacy.
No, exactly.
Yeah. Oh, and more on Abe, though.
Okay.
So he's such a planner.
He cracked me up.
From, like, the packing for the trip with his little models and the little suitcases. Like, we have exactly this much square footage to pack our suitcases to, like, how much he's gonna drink.
Yeah.
He thinks he can plan it all so that he can drink just the right amount of alcohol and not get inebriated.
He said inebriated.
He said, I'm not inebriated. I don't know what he said, but
no, it was something like that. We all knew what he meant, though. So funny. Yeah, he was really funny. He didn't stick to that. He didn't do a very good job.
To even planning out how Joel will see him in that romper. Should I just put it on now? So can we just get this moment over with?
That was so funny. His little exercise morning routine.
If you guys don't watch The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, you need to watch it just for Tony Shalhoub in this romper.
No, really? He was a vision.
It's like nude color, and it zips up.
You can see everything, if
and
you know
he does
what I mean.
calisthenics by the lake.
Yeah. Good for you. Anyway, very entertaining episodes. Yes. So a lot of visual stimulation. In more ways than one.
I predict next week's going to be amazing.
Oh, yes. Of course it is. It's The Marvelous Miss Maisel. Mm-hmm. All right. Well, that actually is everything. That brings us to the end. So, you guys, stay tuned. We will see you next time when we talk about Marvelous Miss Maisel Season 2, Episodes 5 and 6. Thank you for watching. Bye.
Yes, it's a good day for singing a song, and it's a good day